All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're exploring a really powerful vision for the future of education. And what's so cool is that it's being imagined by the very people who are going to be shaping it, the next generation of teachers. They're talking about a revolutionary model that could totally change how we all learn. So let's start with a really big question, right? Forget about the four walls, the desks, the blackboard. What if a classroom wasn't a place at all? What if learning could just break free from all those physical and, economic barriers? Creating this one giant global classroom that's open to literally anyone who wants to learn. To even begin to answer that, we first have to get our heads around the problem. For like centuries, education has been all about limits: who can get in, where you have to be, how much you can afford. The whole vision we're exploring today, it's about tearing those walls down for good. And this idea is just captured perfectly in this quote from a future teacher, Feng Kang. The key phrase here, the one that really gets me, isn't just learning for everyone, but because of everyone. See the difference? It's a huge shift from just getting knowledge to actually building it together. It's about making learning a team sport. So, what is this model that holds so much promise? Well, it's called an sMOOC, and it's basically the engine at the heart of this whole educational revolution. Now, the key to this whole thing, the absolute most important part, is that S at the beginning. It stands for social. This is not just another online course where you watch videos by yourself. No, the whole point is the interaction, the teamwork, the community. It's designed to turn us from passive listeners into active co-creators. And man, this slide just lays it all out. It's a complete flip of the script. We're moving away from that old top-down model, where the teacher lectures and the student just sits there and receives information. Instead, we're moving to this community-driven model. Learning becomes a group project, and the teacher, they become more of a guide, a facilitator, helping everyone build knowledge together. Think of it like a three-legged stool. These three pillars have to work together. First, open access gets everybody in the door. Then, social interaction gets them all talking and connecting. And finally, collaborative learning gives them a shared mission to build something new together. It's a complete, self-sustaining ecosystem for learning. So, what does this actually mean for the teacher? How does this change their job, their whole identity? Let's look at this vision from their perspective, because this is where it gets really personal and, honestly, pretty inspiring. I just love this quote from Wing Mi Thi Thuy Quinn. It totally reframes the teacher's role. They're not some gatekeeper of information anymore, the exclusive owner of knowledge. Instead, they're a companion, a partner, someone who empowers students to go out and discover the world for themselves. And Lee Wen Strong-Duk adds another really vital layer here. The goal isn't just about teaching technical skills, like how to code. It's about teaching what you might call digital citizenship. How to use all this amazing technology to connect with people, to include them, and to lift each other up. It's basically tech with empathy, baked right in. Okay, but this isn't just some beautiful dream they're having. These future teachers have a real, practical roadmap for how to turn this powerful vision into a reality, not just for their students, but for their whole communities. And their plan works on multiple levels. It starts right there in the classroom, creating free materials and guiding students. But it doesn't stop there. It extends out to their colleagues, and then even further, to the entire community, parents, elders, everyone, making sure that nobody gets left behind. And this personal mission, it doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's actually directly inspired by a much larger national movement in Vietnam called Binh Dinh Hoc Phu So, which basically translates to Digital Popular Education Service. So these individual actions are all part of this bigger collective effort to build a whole society of lifelong learners. It's pretty amazing. So when you put all these pieces together, the philosophy, the model, the vision, and the action plan, what does it all add up to? What does this mean for the future of how we all learn? In the end, as Trung Dien An puts it so beautifully, the goal is to completely transform what a classroom even is. It's not just a place for instruction anymore. It's a community, one that's built on openness, on creativity, and on connection. A place where everyone feels like they belong and everyone can grow. And that brings us right to our final question. Is this powerful, really human-focused vision from these future teachers in Vietnam, is it a blueprint for the future of education everywhere? Could this social, collaborative, and totally open model be how we all learn tomorrow?
It's a pretty compelling thought to end on. Thanks for joining me.